What's up, everybody? Impromptu video. Just want to kind of let you know what's going on, tell you what I'm going through with the business, how things are going, just an update. So for the past 3 weeks, well, about a month now, we have been going through kind of a change, and the change is more so subcontractors kind of leaving, and not necessarily to my fault, just some of them life changes and stuff like that, and the schedule that they had in reference to the accounts wasn't fitting with their, what they have going on. So they were leaving, so I needed to replace those contracts with subs, and also picking up additional contracts that we need to fill. And then recently another subcontractor decided that this location was too far for them to travel to, so it wasn't kind of beneficial for them, which I understand, which is why I always let them know where the account is prior. But we still come through or have to deal with situations where, well, over a period of time, they're like, well, this is too far for what you pay. Well, you already knew that, so we'll just move on to somebody else because that's what it pays, and you knew where it was, you knew where you lived, and you knew what the travel was going to entail. So you have to move on. That's why you have a list of subcontractors that you can kind of fall back on, and when they don't necessarily kind of take over those accounts or bite on the accounts that you have open for filling, then you have to fill them, unless you have something in place where you have your operations manager or supervisors or whatever to fill those slots until you get somebody put in that position. But that's what I was doing, and that's what I'm doing right now. I don't know why this person is driving like that in the rain, flying by me, but oh well. So I was talking to my daughter the other day. She's in the Army, and she just went to Germany. So she's there now. But I was telling her what I was going through, and she made a statement that made all of this that I'm going through right now, in reference to being frustrated and wondering who I'm putting in these positions. She made a statement that made all of this make sense. She says, "Daddy, you always go through this when you're growing. So these are growing pains, right?" And then I had to sit back and think about it. I was like, you're right, I am growing. I'm getting more accounts, I'm getting bigger accounts, and I go through these pains when we are growing. And so I sat back and I thought about it, and I was like, oh, okay, that was profound. I didn't think of it that way. It's good to have a different perspective when things like this, with anything really, because your perspective may not necessarily be the best viewpoint of what you're going through. You're in it. While you're in it, yeah, it's like, oh man, this is horrible. All this is going on. Woe is me? Why me? But from a different viewpoint, it's like, this is a good opportunity. This is a good problem to have, where you have more accounts, you have bigger accounts, you have all this stuff going on, and you're gonna sit here and, I'm not necessarily complaining. I'm just tired. I'm tired. Like, man, I had everything going smoothly. I wasn't doing any of the cleans in my accounts, and now I'm doing some cleans. And I'm not against it, but I got to the point where I didn't have to, and that was the goal, to get out of working in the business and working on the business. But sometimes what happens is you have a shift, you're growing, you're putting things in place that are allowing you to grow, and now you got a problem with it. You got an issue with it, you're complaining. No, don't complain. Be grateful, rejoice, embrace it, and keep moving forward. Right? And that's what I'm doing. I'm realizing, hey, you are growing, and you didn't even realize that you were growing. So now this is what you wanted. This is what you asked for. Now let's get to it. Put on your big girl panties, or what you used to I tell my kids, I said, did you do your laundry yet? When they have something that they're going through, or they were, upset, I said, did you do your laundry yet? And they're like, what? I said, did you do your laundry yet? It's like, no. No, they'll say, yeah, even though they didn't know what I was talking about in the beginning. I said, well, put your big girl panties on and get to work. Do what you got to do. Stop griping and complaining about an issue, solve it. So that's what we're doing. We're solving these problems. We're coming up with different strategies or kind of processes to make this a little easier for me, so that I don't have to do the cleaning, which is, like I said, which is fine. I don't mind doing it. But a month, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do this no more. I got to get back to where I can enjoy these kind of rainy days and I can just chill at the house and just manage everything from there. But we're building, we're growing, we're doing big things. We just got to be able to adjust to the change in our climate and the change to what our business is looking like. And if you want to grow, you want to level up, you want to scale up, you definitely want to get connected with like-minded people, like AJ Simmons, Clean Biz Network, also with the Clean Biz Automations, which helps me do a lot of the things that I do. Like if I didn't have the VAs that I have currently doing the things that I have them doing, I would absolutely lose my mind, because I would have so much stuff going on. But now that I can kind of task my VAs to do the things that I need them to do, the administrative things and all that other stuff, managing an entirely different company that I have, while I'm outside, while I'm in the field doing everything that I'm doing, would not be possible if I didn't have the automations knowledge, experience, and training. So I thank God for that. I don't know why this guy is revving up his engine like that. I guess he needs to be seen. But anyway, with that being said, join CBN if you're not a member. If you are a member, definitely take advantage of all the information that's in that group. If you're not in automations, you need to get in automations so that you don't end up stressing over things that you really don't need to stress over, because stressing over things that you don't need to be stressed over, because you have everything automated, which I for the most part I do. Just need some work on some other things, but other than that, man, you guys keep grinding, you keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully you can have these same growing pains that I'm having, right? With that being said, you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.